Hi everyone, Mark Cukro.
Adrian.
And thanks for coming to the group and watching. So this is specifically for you, the white belt in Jiu Jitsu. And I get a lot of questions about this over the years. And it's mostly from people that are just starting, just like you. And that is coach, professor, whatever. What do I focus on, like as a white belt? What are the things that I really need to spend time on? And so here's a couple of things. Now this is from two perspectives. What I wish I focused on a little bit more coming up in jiu-jitsu, and then also as a coach, what I really wish students focused on more, and then when the ones that do focus on the fundamentals more, it's definitely noticeable when they go to test for blue belt and purple belt and the rest of their training. So number one, just the fundamental movements. And it may sound simple, I'm telling you right now, it's important. Shrimp, there's 3 types of shrimps: roll forward, roll backwards, break falls. All the basic movements, and also how to escape every single position there is. I wouldn't even worry about submissions, because here's the deal. If you can't escape and you can't move from position to position and you don't have the fundamental movements, you're not going to get any submissions, because you can't hold the person down and you can't change. So I would start with those simple things. And now as a purple belt, and you've been training how long now?
5.5, almost 6 years.
What is there anything that, looking back, you are glad that you focused on or wished you focused on more?
I'm so glad we focused on self-defense, like you were saying, escapes, counters. Because jiu-jitsu is about control. If we don't have the control, or we can't get to a position where we can control our opponent, submissions are meaningless. And you have to get out first. This first 6-8 months of my jiu-jitsu career, I was on the bottom the entire time. Because we're, fresh, new white belt. Of course, you're rolling against people that are better than you.
Of course,
You're going to find yourself on the bottom 9 times out of 10. So the escapes, the reversals, the counters, those are very important. And once you master those, then you can work on your top game. Then you can work on your submissions. You have that control. That opens up your whole game. But without the defense, you're never going to find yourself in those positions.
There's no medal for being the toughest white belt. You don't get a trophy for that, right? I mean, so here's the deal. It's an analogy I love. If you ever go fishing and you get a fish and you take it off the hook and it drops into the bottom of the boat and you're trying to pick up that fish, that's what you should be as a white belt. Literally the most difficult person to hold down or submit that there is. And then when you start hearing compliments like, man, you're really hard. Man, you're really hard to good. That's what you want, right? Now you have a foundation of escapes, and if you're in trouble, so what? You've been there a million times. Oh, you got submitted? So what? You're going to be training forever. So I would focus on the very fundamental movements first. Please don't get into all the fantastical, fancy, really complex movements, because the more efficient a move is, the more effective it is usually. And then you just need to be proficient as a person at being effective and also being efficient. So I would start with those. I don't know, what do you think? Anything?
I can't say it better myself.
I mean, it's just, we've been training a long time, man, and I gotta tell you, I can tell the difference between a blue or a purple belt that has good fundamentals immediately compared to one that didn't take their time doing it. So forget all the fancy moves, work on the fundamental basic movements, tight, slow, suffocating movements and positions, and then learn how to change from one position to another. I'm telling you right now, if you do that, man, you're gonna be a handful on the mat. I hope that helps. Mark Cukro.
Adrian.
Take good care. We'll see you.